What's up, everyone? It's me, your boy Ryan Flowers, aka Clutch Sports Talk. This is my Week 7 recap, man. Starting last week Thursday, Arizona Cardinals at home taking on the New Orleans Saints, and what was actually, it's been a pretty decent Thursday night game considering all the other Thursday night games that have taken place. This one was very high scoring early on. Andy Dalton really just did not have a great game. He threw, I think, back-to-back pick sixes that pretty much solidified this game. This is probably one of the better plays all night for this team. Now, the Saints are in a very particular situation because Jameis, he did suit up, but he didn't play. Will he make his return? But the Saints lose this game on Thursday night. Arizona gets the win. All right, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, a divisional game, pretty close. Ravens pretty much had their pulse on this game throughout the whole entire game again. But listen, for some reason, the fourth quarter is just something they cannot figure out, and they almost let this one slip away. The Ravens are still atop of the division, with obviously beating the Browns, the Steelers losing. Now the Bengals are keeping on pace now. The Bengals have found something. We'll talk about that later on in the highlights. But here's a really great play here from Jacoby Brissett to David Peoples-Jones that kept the Browns in this game for the most part, as you can see here. But Ravens get the win. All right. Surprise or shocker of the day, I would say, is you got the Carolina Panthers at home after getting rid of CMC. They fired their coach. PJ Walker, the XFL, the fourth-string quarterback on the depth chart going into this game or into the season for the Carolina Panthers, gets the win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not a lot of highlights on the Buccaneers side. They only managed 3 points. The 3 points, they probably should have had a touchdown, but Mike Evans dropped one early on in this game. But the Panthers were playing inspired football, or the Buccaneers just aren't that good anymore, but Bucks fall. A game that I thought was going to be close, but really wasn't. The Falcons literally just got blown out. Like, this is their attempt right here to make a comeback here. A nice throw right there from Marcus Mariota. But the Bengals they're rolling. They figured it out now. They're getting back on track with their big plays, even though teams are playing, two high safeties now. They're still finding ways. Now, Jamar Chase got hurt in this game. I don't remember if he returned or not, but the Bengals still rolled to get this win over the Atlanta Falcons, and they're inching closer and closer at the top of that division there, which is going to be a good one. All right, Cowboys, Dak returns. The offense still does not look great. They're still ranked like 29th overall in total yards, 27th in passing. The run game really got going. Tony Pollard with this really good run. I think he's the guy that the Cowboys are going to rely on more now for those big pop plays. This play right here was really crucial. Noah Brown catches the ball, gets flipped over, fumbles the ball, but the Lions really didn't take advantage of this. The Cowboys defense really is their go-to, because obviously the offense is inept. Kellen Moore sucks as an offensive coordinator. Dak, didn't look great, wasn't that impressive, but he was solid. Cowboys get the win. Got a big one next week against the Bears. All right, heading down to Florida, Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New York Football Giants, and this was a good one to the very end, honestly. The Jags, they're in games. They just don't know how to win them yet. And the Giants are on the road winning some tough games in some tough situations. They're not really asking Daniel Jones to do a lot. Obviously, Brian Daboll, probably Coach of the Year candidate right there, if not the top of the list right there, I would say. But the Giants get the win. They improved to 5-1 and second in the division right now. Now, Colts not looking good here. They benched Matt Ryan today. He's not playing well. Overall, this team it's so sad because this team was a Super Bowl contending team, and now they're hanging on to make a wild card, if that. They've lost, I think, like 6 in a row to the Tennessee Titans. And now Sam Ehlinger is going to get the chance to kind of take his stake or take his claim as a quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. But really not a lot to talk about the Colts here. They just can't get it done. All right, Washington Commanders at home taking on Green Bay Packers, another team that probably needs to panic and is struggling a little bit. This was a close game, a little back and forth, but the Commanders end up taking the win. Packers, man, they got a tough one this Sunday night. They're heading up to Buffalo, Orchard Park, New York. Primetime matchup against a very hot team, the Buffalo Bills. You lose to the Commanders, to their backup quarterback. It's not looking good. Green Bay Packers, Matt LaFleur, run the football. You got Aaron Jones, you got Dylan, run the freaking football, but Commanders get the win. All right, one of the more surprising teams of this year so far is the New York Jets. Now, their rookie sensation, Breece Hall, did leave this game with a torn ACL. However, they did trade it for James Robinson from the Jacksonville Jaguars to help shore up that running game, but unfortunate news for the rookie because I thought he was really having a sensational season. The Jets are playing inspired football. They're not asking Zach Wilson to win these games. They're just playing really complimentary football, good defense, solid offense, good special teams. This was a tough one, and I know the Denver Broncos did not have Russell Wilson. They had their backup in, but it's a tough place to play in Denver. It's very hard to go on the road and play in this particular stadium. It's really loud, not to mention the altitude, but the Jets get the win. All right, Las Vegas Raiders coming off of a heartbreaker to the Chiefs on, I believe it was Thursday Night Football or Monday Night Football. I forgot when it was, but they come home to the Texans. They run away from this game late. This game was pretty close up until this point here, but Raiders get the win now. They're going on the road now to take on the New Orleans Saints and Jacksonville Jaguars in back-to-back weeks. Look, the offense is really good, I think. It's just their defense, but they're playing a little bit better. Josh Jacobs is establishing himself again as one of the top running backs in the league. They need to continue to run the football with him and be more balanced, But Texans, what can I say? They try. They play hard as they can, but they're just limited. They're just really limited. They don't have enough firepower on the field, offensive side or defensive side. All right, the number one team in the NFC West, the Seattle Seahawks, taking it to the Chargers. I called this game. This is one of my clutch picks of the week. They got it. They got the job done, and they ran away from this game. I mean, the Chargers, again, Brandon Staley is going to be on the hot seat. Pete Carroll, 70 years old, still coaching this team to wins. A lot of people left this team for dead, but they ended up figuring it out, and now they're the top of the NFC West, which that division is going to heat up because the Niners are going to come on, even though they lost Sunday. They're getting healthy. They're going to come back on. But listen, the Chargers again, another season where you have wasted talent opportunity. They lose. All right, what was supposed to be the game of the day? You have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 49ers. CMC's debut as a 49er was pretty much ruined. Kansas City is a juggernaut on offense. Now, they can be had on defense. That's always been the case with them. But with the combination of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they're unstoppable, man. The Niners tried to keep it close. Jimmy Garoppolo, some untimely errors, some misfortune, especially throwing the ball away in the end zone late in that game that could have solidified or helped them get back in the game, but the Niners lose. But I'm not worried about them. Sunday Night Football, Pittsburgh Steelers on the road in South Florida taking on the Miami Dolphins. They're celebrating the 72 season that went undefeated. George Pickens again with another phenomenal catch. I mean, this guy is sensational. Kenny Pickett really struggled. If they can just figure it out, on the offense, man, they're going to be all right. Their defense is keeping them in games because early the Miami Dolphins are running up and down the field. But the picks, the turnovers really tore down the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, if they can figure out a way just to keep the ball and move it and score, they'll find out winning some games. And finally, Monday night game, Bears taking on New England. Bailey Zappi comes in after replacing Mac Jones, which I don't know why he didn't start the game in the first place. But the Bears looking pretty solid. They're playing. Their defense is middle of the road. They're finding a way to run the football. They're not throwing the ball a lot. They have a big matchup next week going up against the Cowboys on the road. We'll see how that happens or what's going to happen with them. But the Bears, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But hey, listen. That's week 7 in a nutshell, man. So, hey, be on the lookout for my next video Sunday morning for my NFL Sunday morning talk. And other than that, guys, we'll see you guys. Peace.